to an election year, and so far DP Ruto has been the forerunner. He has declared interest and has already formed a party and a campaign movement for it. However, the big question still remains: who is going to be his number two? Who is the best candidate for deputy president in William Ruto's ticket? That is what I want us to talk about today in the comments. Give me your thoughts. Let me know who you think should be DP Ruto's running mate. We also have a summary of today's biggest news and trending topics. Welcome to Speed Feed. Mr. Kimani Mogwe is my name. As always, super grateful to have you tune in for today's episode of Speed Feed. We are on like episode 80 something at this point. I stopped counting, but yeah, we are in the 80s right now. Yeah, definitely grateful to have you here. We're always live between 2 and 3 p.m. with a summary of the day's news and a main story that we discuss. Yes, now you know, in case you're here for the first time. And if you're coming back, we are grateful to have you here. As always, remember to share the stream with your friends and give me your thoughts on today's main story, which is who should be DP Ruto's running mate. Running mate wa DP atakuwa nani? The DP has been decisive, if anything. There has never been doubt that he was going to run for president. But in the race, he also needs a running mate as per the constitution. There has been talk that he was considering Moses Kuria or Rigathi Gachagua, also former agriculture CS Mwangi Kiunjuri, but he has never made any official announcements about who is going to be his running mate. But he is out and he is campaigning with the UDA brigade. Hustler Nation is now a thing, and the bottom-up economic model is their strategy to woo voters. So, who, in your opinion, is best suited to deputize him? Is it Moses Kuria? Is it Rigathi Gachagua? Is it somebody else from Central? You know, some people talked about Anne Waiguru being his running mate. Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Yeah, who do you think should be the DP's running mate? As you give me your comments, let me give you a brief. I see a lot of you already here. I can see your comments. Hustler Nation, some of you are aligning in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Who do you think is best suited to be DP Ruto's running mate in next year's election? So let's speak about other things in the news today that you need to know. Speaking of the DP, there has been talk of the possibility of his case at the ICC being revived, depending on how the case against lawyer Paul Gicheru goes. So ICC confirmed witness tampering charges against the lawyer, and different legal minds have different opinions on whether Gicheru's case will affect DP Ruto and journalist Joshua Sang's cases, which were dismissed on the basis of lack of evidence, and there was alleged witness tampering. But one thing that is common between, you know, in all of these opinions is the possibilities is that depending on how that trial goes, some factors might come back to haunt the DP in that case. But that remains to be seen as the case goes on. Meanwhile, in other news, Wiper Party has formally left NASA coalition. They announced this yesterday at the party's headquarters in Karen, where the party's senior leadership made that announcement. Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka says they are now focusing on building the One Kenya Alliance, and they are also working with Jubilee. Speaking of which, speaking of NASA, ODM leader Raila Odinga, he wrote, as this was happening, by the way, as Wiper were formally leaving NASA, Raila Odinga wrote to Wiper, Ford Kenya, and ANC, you know, agreeing to share the money that they got from the political party's fund. So ODM got 165 million shillings this year from the fund, and the other parties wanted the money to be shared amongst them, and they said they were owed from the previous years that they received, that NASA or ODM received this money but refused to share with them. ODM refused. They said they have the most votes and the other parties didn't get. NASA is a coalition, it's not a party, so there's no legal basis for them to get the money, and they did not need to share that money, but Raila Odinga made a U-turn and agreed to share that money. So that has also brought another factor into this, another factor into this conversation. So is this going to change anything? Maybe see these exes come back together in NASA? That remains to be seen. Before I get to your comments, somebody else from Wiper has given their opinion as all of this is happening. It's Wiper Deputy Party Leader and former Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Farah Malim. He was on TV47 and he gave his take on the 2022 race, which is very interesting. So Malim expressed his dislike for DP Ruto, but he is of the opinion that Ruto is the most likely candidate to win the next year's race. He says that Ruto's hustler strategy is toxic because it's a class war, but it will ultimately work to his advantage. And Raila, brought to face a candidate who is not from Mount Kenya, is going to struggle because Raila Odinga has always had that messianic image, and facing a candidate who's not from Mount Kenya is going to work against him. That's Farah Malim, former Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. So, yeah, let me check out your comments. Some of you who are here already on our main conversation today, or our main topic for today is: who do you think should be DP Ruto's running mate? Who is best suited to be his running mate? As I said before, we talk about Moses Kuria and Rigathi Gachagua. Who are some of the people who are said to be, who are said to be some of the potential candidates who the DP might be considering to be his running mate? But he has not officially announced anything or anybody yet as his running mate. On the other side, though, we are yet to know the One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate. We talked about that yesterday. Thank you for your comments, by the way. If you go to yesterday's stream, you will see people's thoughts, which are very interesting in the comments on the One Kenya Alliance presidential candidate. So I'm trying to get your comments. Just give me a second. I'll get to them in just a few. Yeah, getting to the stream. Where you at? Sorry about this. Sometimes don't worry about me. Sometimes I embarrass myself here. Trying to catch. I can see. Yes. Jared Okello, you're saying a very good question. Prince Sima, you're saying Ndindi Nyoro. Yeah. Ndindi Nyoro should be DP's running mate. Bernardo Da Vinci, you're saying Martha Karua. Let's see somebody else here. Says Isaac Ofula, you're saying he should not even be in the race. Interesting. Boniface Atika, you're saying Raila, kwani iko nini? You think Raila is going to deputize somebody? Alfred Mutua, thank you so much, Alfred, our top fan, so far biggest fan of Speed Feed, always here. He's been here so consistently. Alfred, yes, the young boy from Murang'a is still in me. Don't be fooled by hizo kizungu mingi. Hii ni kazi tunafanyanga. Alfred, you're saying DP Ruto running mate is still under discussion. Yeah, lakini ni nani? Swala nyeti itakuwa ni nani? Munsaka Lutenta, you're saying he should consider any heavyweight from Mount Kenya. Yeah, and who is the heavyweight from Mount Kenya right now? Is it Moses Kuria? Is it Rigathi Gachagua? Is it Irongo Kangata also, who's in the DP's corner a lot? Yeah, is it any of them? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. Your comments are welcome, and thank you for always sharing your thoughts with me here on Speedfeed. So let's talk about, speaking of Rigathi Gachagua, yeah? And this is one of the stories that makes you, start questioning the kind of friends you have. So yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua, he seems to have a powerful circle of friends because, it doesn't come as a surprise given his status in society. But yesterday, he thanked his friends who managed to raise 12 million shillings for his bail in 3 hours. Just 3 hours. It took his circle of friends 3 hours to raise 12 million shillings. Hustlers, Kweli, brother. Yeah, 3 hours. And he thanked them yesterday. And so I have a question. Who are your friends? How long would it take for them to come up with 12 million shillings? Ni maswali tu. Yeah, lakini Rigathi Gachagua has been in the news, of course. Yesterday, the bill was set at 12 million cash or 25 million surety. Yeah, 25 million bond. And it took just 3 hours to get him out of trouble. Yeah, now the case is going to go on. He's being accused of siphoning 7 billion shillings from various government projects. Now, speaking of Rigathi Gachagua and his friends, there has been speculation that he has been beefing with Moses Kuria, which is said to have come from this issue we're talking about today of who between the two of them should be the DP's running mate. So we reached out to Moses Kuria to ask him about this, and he denied the existence of any beef between them. And he said that the Mathera MP is an extremely good friend of his. Yeah, they have an extremely very good relationship. That's what he used. Yeah, extremely very good relationship. Not only in business, but also in politics. Yeah, although Moses Kuria has a different stand when it comes to UDA. He is not going to join UDA, but he's going to be supporting DP Ruto. And his argument is, he used the argument of going to negotiate for bride price, and you're going with a car that's funded by the bride. So you're not going to get any respect. And he says he's going to form his own party. And so in the negotiating table, he's going to be coming with his own party. Naitwa Chama cha Kazi. I showed you that yesterday. Yeah. Nasema hiyo ndio itakuwa chama yake. Yeah, kazi na pesa. Right? Oh, kazi na their slogan is kazi na pesa. Yeah. Tukasema, yeah, if you're in Central, the best way to mukuchu. Yeah, so we're still discussing this. Abdul Naftali is saying Mudavadi should deputize Ruto. Interesting. Jackson Mutuku is saying the moment he will mention the running mate, that will be the start of UDA politics. Kipto Kolil, you're saying Karua mama yetu. You think Ruto, Karua, do you think those two are going to work together? Martha Karua and DP Ruto? Jackson Mutuku is saying, I think UDA can sponsor our economy with the looted money. Kip Koril Ngeno is saying Ndindi Nyoro. Yeah, this is interesting that a lot of you think Ndindi Nyoro could be a good running mate for DP Ruto. Interesting. Thank you for your comments. Mutai NC, you're saying Rigathi Gachagua is always a loyal friend. A lot of you are also saying Rigathi Gachagua could be DP Ruto's running mate. A lot of you are talking about Ndindi Nyoro, which is very interesting. Corinne Geno pia unasema you're watching. Where are you watching for, Mr. Ralchad? Keep Corinne Geno. Where are you watching from? Yeah. Jack 2, you're saying DP is strong. Even if he takes a weak DP for running mate, he will still win. Jack 2, his opinion that the DP's candidate is strong enough. It doesn't matter who he's going to choose as his running mate. Good argument. Lutenta, you're watching from Zambia. You keenly follow Kenyan politics. That's very interesting. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Apparently, Kenyan politics is entertaining. Yeah, I've had that from other people. Thank you for watching from Zambia. Ngeno, keep Korir, you're saying you're watching from Odero in Nairobi. How is Odero? Yeah, barabara imechange mara ngapi siku hizi. Yeah, those of us who were using Wayaki Way, aren't you tired of how many times you have to change routes? Nimejua vichochoro za Westlands, my friend. Yeah? Yeah, anyway. Somebody else is here saying, Jackson Mtuku is saying Kimani Ichung'wah is also a candidate for that. Interesting. Kimani Ichung'wah. Don Desmond, you're saying Ruto's best bet is Kabogo. He knows how to whip emotions. Strategic element in pursuit of political votes. Yeah, could be Kabogo. So far, the most mentioned names here today from the comments, Rigathi Gachagua. None of you has mentioned Moses Kuria, by the way. I have noted. Ndindi Nyoro. A lot of you have said Ndindi Nyoro. Someone has said Mudavadi. Someone else is saying Kabogo. Aruse Gilbert, you're saying any hustler can deputize DP. It's not a big deal, which is a valid argument, I think. At this particular point, and the confusion at this particular point is both sides have issues to deal with. On the hustler side, it's who is going to be Ruto's deputy, yeah, and is DP Ruto's candidate, is it strong enough such that anybody could deputize him and he will still be a strong candidate? A lot of people feel that. On the other side, One Kenya Alliance, NASA, Jubilee. Jubilee, they don't even have anyone going for presidency under the Jubilee Party. A lot of people are predicting the doom of Jubilee Party, which is very interesting. Yeah, but One Kenya Alliance, they are yet to announce their, front runner. So, which is a very interesting scenario here. But we're still a long way from the election, and the politics. 1 hour in politics is very long, my friends. I tell you. Jackson Mutuku is saying like this live event. Oh, oh, sorry. Oh, he's hooking us up with another live event after this. Yeah. Check Jackson Mutuku's live event after watching Speed Feed, of course. Jack, you're saying I'd propose the Iron Lady Martha Karua. Should DP Ruto and Martha Karua, team up? Will be interesting. So, let's talk about other news in the feed today before we come back to this conversation. President Uhuru Kenyatta is in the UK, in the UK for a 3-day state visit. A statement from PSU said that he is there as an official guest of the state. His main purpose there, his main agenda there is going to be the Global Education Summit. We've been speaking about this if you've been watching Speedfeed. The Global Education Summit is being co-chaired by President Uhuru and the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. And the GES is an initiative that is seeking to raise $5 billion, money that is going to go into helping students around the world transition back to school successfully post the pandemic. So that's one of the agendas. And it's important to note that he's also going to be meeting members of the royal family. And there's a story that he was asked to take a COVID test before he meets them. Yep. Is it necessary? Should they trust? Yeah. Which is, okay, the diplomatic question here. So, should they just trust us that when we say he doesn't have COVID? Right? Yeah, isn't that what's supposed to be like? What it's supposed to be? Or are they saying that he takes it there? Anyway, that's just another story. That's along with this. But the main thing you need to know is that the president is in the UK, and there's a whole lot of other things that he's going to be doing besides the Global Education Summit and meeting the royal family. And let's talk about CBS expose that has gone viral. It featured Kenyans who are in the lucrative business of writing essays and studying on behalf of students in the United States. And this practice is illegal in some states in the US, and some Kenyans who appeared on this story might have just confessed to committing a crime. Yes, they appeared. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. Google CBS Kenya writers. You see it. It's about 4 or 5 minutes of a piece that was done here in Kenya. Basically, online writers. And there is the group of online writers in Nairobi is like a cult. They never reveal their information. They never tell you where they get the clients from, and they can never share that with anyone. It's lucrative because the person who was featured in that story said that they earn $2,000 a month. That's about 210, 15 G's a month. Yeah? Doing courses for other people, studying. In fact, at one point he said that his essays were so good that the professor who was assessing the student he was studying on behalf of doubted whether that student was capable of writing like that. Yeah, which shows you Kenyans are very smart, but also it's a crime. It's a crime. Yeah, the bigger picture of that is, yeah, it's not good, because if somebody's studying medicine and they're studying to become a doctor and somebody else did their degree for them, do you want to land in the hands of that doctor? Yeah, lakini Felix hapa anasema mukuchundo kuongea. Wakenya mahali popote tu kutakuwa na pesa, bora tu pesa inaingia. Yeah, we don't think about the bigger picture. Lakini sio poa. It's not good. Yeah, lastly, on the feed, I want you to go and read, it's an interesting story. It happened last weekend, but you can find it on Kenyans.co.ke. Today, it's, yes, over there. Lovely, lovely website. And I'm not just saying that because I work here. It is. It is nice. I always find out that when I go researching and looking for everything that's happening so I can compile stories to bring you here on Speedfeed, the Kenyans website is neatly organized, so you always find the latest stories. Yeah, if you hop onto other websites, you see like the news is there, but then sometimes you will find stories that are from like 3-4 days ago still on the homepage. On Kenyans, it's very neatly organized, very unique. Just saying that, yes, I work here and I am blowing my own trumpet, but it is also true. It is also true. So read about the story of a police officer who collapsed and died shortly after leaving his girlfriend's house last weekend. This is the title of the story. You can screenshot this and check it out. So I always leave you with a bit of interesting stories to go and look at. I know a lot of you follow current affairs, and that's a very interesting developing story. Joans Ngoke and Jackson Mutuko. Teresa Njeri, you're joining us now. How are you? Anna Sige, you're joining us. How are you doing? So back to today's main topic. We're talking about DP Ruto, who should be his running mate. Nancy Wanja, you're saying Ruto should pick a lady to be his deputy. Aisha Jumwa, Millicent Omanga, or Susan Kihika. Interesting options, right? And it seems like the DP doesn't have a shortage of people to choose from deputizing him, which is very interesting. And a female deputy president, yeah, Mathematic on DP Ruto's side, yeah. And thank you, Nancy, for your comments. Jackson Mutuku, big fan. We should also give you a top fan badge, yeah. Adongo, if you're watching this, give Jackson Mutuku a top fan badge. He's a brilliant guy. Munsaka from Zambia saying Kenyan politics is very entertaining. I watch a lot of interviews from Kenya. Ruto should consider any former Raila Odinga NASA allies. Greetings from Zambia. You see, Kenyans, our politics is interesting. Munsaka from Zambia says Ruto should pick somebody from NASA. Interesting. Transfer season is open. Yeah. Here in Kenya, transfer season is before we go to the elections. A lot of shifting is going to happen. Jackson Mutuko. Oh, you're following the event from Korea. Oh, Jackson Mutuko is in Korea. You're also giving us a link to some Olympics thing. Yeah. Check Jackson Mutuko's comments in the comment section. Keep Korean Ngeno, you're saying Susan Kihika is the best. Susan Kihika, yeah, interesting. Jubilee will give rise to another party. And have they given rise to UDA? Because thanks to the fallout in Jubilee, UDA has taken advantage of that. And, they are now coming up. They're a strong party, as it seems. Jack is saying you'd propose Martha Karua. Gabi Gas is saying Mudavadi. Sanaf, you're saying Munya. Peter Munya. Agriculture CS, Peter Munya. Interesting. There was also, I haven't seen any one of you talk about Mwangi Kiunjuri. What happened to Mwangi Kiunjuri after he got fired? He has a party. It's called the Service Party, TSP. He also has another person in that party who's notable. He's Karungo Thangwa. Yeah, he's also a member of the party. Mwangi area has a party, by the way. He also has a party. Interesting. Parties are cropping up everywhere. Moses Kuria, he also has another party, Kazi na pesa. Na iyo sign yao ni apron. Yeah, Kazi na pesa. Yeah. Sider Victor, you're saying this is the biggest test. Another reason for his inevitable defeat anyway. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you so much for your comments. A lot of you have very interesting views when it comes to who should deputize DP Ruto in next year's elections, which is very interesting, and I love it. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for tuning in, all of you who are here. So before we close the show, come on, give me your comments. Timothy, I see you just joining us now. You're saying, Timothy, unasema Susan Kihika is a good choice, but she hails from Rift Valley. Sorry, that comment just disappeared, Timothy. Sorry. I think, but she hails from Rift Valley, which politically speaking is not viable. Koech Bernard, you're saying I am also a top fan. Yes, Koech Bernard is also a top fan. Yes. We're gonna give you the badge. I don't know if you're watching. You know what to do. Give them the top fan badge. You're also saying you propose Moses Kuria. The first person who has suggested Moses Kuria in today's discussion. Jackson Mutuku is saying Ruto's future is only vested in Central. If he loses Central, that's the end of him. Like Musikari Combo. Interesting. Thanks, Jackson. Jackson is watching from Korea. Which one? North or South? Of course, it has to be South, right? It cannot be North Korea. Interesting. So before we close off, let's check out who's trending right now. On Twitter, a couple of events are happening. Sorry if I didn't mention them. Raila Odinga is in Muranga. He is at SK Masharia's, a farm in Muranga. There's a meeting with artists there. It's been live on Citizen if you guys have seen that. Yes, he's hashtag Raila in Muranga is trending right now. Number one. Peter Kenneth is also in showing up in that meeting as with Muranga. Also, Mwangi Wairia is there. Alfred Mutua is also there with Raila Odinga and the rest of the team who are there. Is this Mike Sonko? No. Oh, sorry. Oh, somebody looks like this is. I don't know who this is, but somebody looks like Mike Sonko. But I've also seen a Pio Wandai there. No. Mike Sonko is not there. But Alfred Mutua is, and Peter Kenneth is also there. Yeah. So, interesting. We're going to talk about Raila Odinga tomorrow and the whole NASA thing tomorrow. Yesterday we talked about Oka. Today, DP Ruto. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Raila Odinga after today's event. Other hashtags that are trending right now. Varane. Kiburi FC wataacha tupumue kweli after kusign Varane. Hapana. Lakini ni sawa, tumekubali. Yeah, and at this point I have to agree, Manchester United will be with that signing, they are getting stronger to get into the race. So next year's EPL, number one, of course, it has to be Man City. They're the champions to beat. Number two, I'd still say Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool and Chelsea stand on almost similar chance at being top contenders for the title. Then Man United. Who else? Arsenal? You want me to say Arsenal?
Of course.
Why do you want me to lie to you, Felix? You want me to lie to you? Okay, fine. I will lie to you. Arsenal are going to be contending for the EPL next season. Yeah, I just had to say that for the sake of Felix. He's a really good guy, and I just have the Shikilia. Arsenal are going to be in the race. Don't worry. Hey, who else is not very interesting people? Not very interesting people in that trending list today. Should we talk about ringtone? No. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know. I feel bad for him, but I also cringe sometimes when I see what he's doing. So Raila Odinga is at it's called the Skiza Thanksgiving ceremony. That is being held in Branga, in Dakaine. That is in Dakaine is that's where my mom comes from, by the way. In Dakaine, yeah. One of my shags have a lot of relatives. A lot of relatives from Dakaine. Yes. Allah. Kuna mtu ana trend mwingine sahi that is interesting to know for you. So, let's get on Kenyans and see some of the top stories that the fantastic team of journalists here is working on. Some that have just come up after we've already gone live. Oh, there's a breaking news. Caroline Kangogo autopsy reveals cause of death. Let's check into that. That's very interesting in case you're just joining us now. Let's see that. Fallen police officer Caroline Kangogo died of a single shot wound on the head. This is according to Chief Government Pathologist Johansson Dor. This has been confirmed after an autopsy. She died by suicide after shooting herself through the chin, causing damage to her skull and brain. A lot of people have been waiting for that. Her father had complained that nobody wanted to do the autopsy, but it has finally been done. And another story that is available right now, Kibaki choices that strained his relationship with Britain. Interesting. That's by Paul Kurgat. Paul is doing a really good job, by the way, right? Yeah, Paul is doing a really good job as one of our writers. Ben Githaya excites Raila with football commentary at that event that is happening, the Skiza Thanksgiving at SK Masharia's home. Jackie Maribe, apparently her Facebook was hacked and she has exposed that people who hacked her account has been posting profanity, but she managed to recover it. American family stuck in Nairobi pleads for help. That's another story you can find on Kenyans.co.ke. Interesting stories. And why your laptop keeps failing. Expert advice to Kenyan users. Interesting story. You can read from there. Little known crops earning Kenyan farmers millions. Report reveals Uhuru's growing unpopularity. That's a TIFA report. Thugs disarm cops during bank robbery. Speaker Muturi scolds Kome over blocking judiciary from scrutiny by MPs. And DPP orders immediate arrest of 6 police officers who were caught red-handed receiving bribes. And these are some of the stories that you can find right now on Kenyans.co.ke. Hop on there right now. Yeah, if you're still here and you have thoughts on who should be the DP's running mate, I welcome them as we coming to the close of the show. Timothy, you're saying Moses Kuria is an option, but too abrasive for a deputy. Ian Kongo is here saying Varane to Manchester. Yeah, that's a big move, I have to say. Congratulations to you guys. I hope you make great use of him. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Manchester United don't make good use of him, because you guys have had some stars in your team whom you have not made very good use of. So I hope this one is gonna work. And I know Manchester United fans know this, but they wouldn't say, they will never admit it. Yeah, you guys have been look at Pogba, big star, still has he won the Premier League? Has a Maguire. You've had some big stars on your side. Yeah. Alfred, you're saying you're watching until I finalize the show. Yeah, that's why Alfred Mutua is top fan number 1 hapa kwa Speedfeed, and everybody else is here. Willie Williams Mbawi inasema Munsaka is watching from Zambia, and he say, how do you know politics of Kenya and you are from Zambia? Lakini surely Willie Williams, yeah, si kuna Facebook na Google, yeah, it doesn't just show you stuff from Kenya. Yeah. Obini Morris for Fula Wahungu, you're just joining us now. Alfred Mutua is Team Chelsea. Yeah, European champions. Good for you guys. Congratulations to Chelsea. Alfred, now that you're a Chelsea fan. Yeah, congratulations for winning the Champions League. I bet here with kina Felix na hawakunipatia pesa. Hawa ni watu siwezi bet na wao. Lakini Felix paid me, actually. He did. Come to think of it, he did. Yeah. Lakini asanteni sana. Thank you so much for tuning in to Speedfeed today. Now you're in the know about everything that's trending today. What's happening? Yeah. By the way, before I go, I'm just gonna shamelessly ask you to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I am Kimani Mvugo. David Gashohi Mamatara, tuned from Kajiado. Lakini tunamaliza show, brother. Asanteni sana kwa kutazama. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tune in to find out what the conversation is gonna be tomorrow. Asanteni sana kwa kutazama. Thank you to Felix. Anisia is Anisia has been the director today. She's done a good job, right? Yeah, done a good job. Congratulations to you joining the team, and Alphonse and Willis and the team that's working on stories. Brian, Casey Kimani, John Bati, Derek Kubasu, Stephanie Wangare, Mumbi Mutoko, Paul Kurgat, and everybody else who makes this show possible. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much for tuning in. Situonane kesho, lakini nimeongea sana. Kwaherini.